Welcome everybody to Phandom Knights, where we break down pop culture one fandom at a time. I'm Chris.
I'm Dustin.
And I'm Guru.
And today we're talking about Avatar, The Last Airbender, Book 2, Chepisode 19, The Guru.
I gotta give you that one, I'm sorry.
He looks nothing like him.
This was released on December 1st of 2006.
I feel like Grogu wouldn't mind some onion and banana juice, though.
Yeah.
He
would love that stuff. Yeah. Dustin, take us through the story.
Alright. So the story begins with Iroh making something in a pot, to which Zuko asks what that smell is.
He's just so happy.
And Iroh replies, "It's juke." Don't know what that is.
It's rice porridge.
Thank you.
It's when you're running at someone and you pretend to go one way and then you go the other way. Yeah.
Jute. Is what I said.
Man, I'm bad with words today.
No, I said juke.
That's what
Sherman
you
got on it.
I was like, I'm waiting for it.
Alright, anyways.
Double crossed again!
And it says, I was thinking of this meme now, from Holes.
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa, I don't want to dig anymore.
I'm
well,
tired
that's
of
too damn bad.
Keep digging!
Man, that's a good movie. I gotta watch Holes again.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie.
Zero.
He looks so different as an adult.
I know. And he says he probably wouldn't, and Iroh says he probably wouldn't like it. Zuko actually wants some of this stew and says that the day is looking up, Uncle. And then Iroh just couldn't be more proud.
Mm-hmm. He's so happy.
I know, just like the man he finally wanted him to become.
I even wrote it down, Juke. How did I? Anyways, go ahead.
Oh, sure, you have notes for this, but not WandaVision?
I did take notes for this. I'm prepared today, is what I'm trying to say.
Half the day.
Yeah.
That's good. Then it cuts to Aang dropping Sokka off at his dad's little camp or base on the shoreline, and Sokka walks to the camp and is greeted by welcoming arms. Everyone kind of recognizes him like Sokka.
Mm-hmm. I like,
the arm thing. Where
I like how he walks in at first, and everyone's just kind of looking at him. You're like, wait,
just
did
weird.
Did he go in the right spot, or what's going on? And
I'm sorry, is this the wrong water tribe camp?
Is this no, you're looking for the other water tribe camp.
You're looking for the southern water tribe camp.
Oh.
Did the North ever help with the war?
Yeah, they said, where was
other than the invasion?
Master Paku was going to.
He went and helped with the old masters at the end.
Yeah, but he
to take Boston Say back.
I thought they were headed somewhere else, like because they were leaving the North to like go help with like other.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
they were gonna go help with the Southern Water Tribe, weren't they?
At the end of book 1, they went down to help the Southern Water Tribe.
Yeah, okay.
But
so
they weren't helping with the war. They were just going to help them.
Yeah, so that Master Paku can go meet Gran again.
Yeah.
Oh, true. So then Sokka sees the captain's tent and
heat up the hut.
He go.
I was waiting for something. Heat up the hut. Oh gosh.
That should be
melt some ice caps.
That should be Pizza Hut's slogan. Heat up the hut. So then we get to see Sokka and his dad hug and embrace, and it's everything Sokka's needed for quite a while.
Yeah. And man, just throughout this whole episode, the dad, I don't know what it is, but he has just magnificent hair the whole time.
Hakoda? Yeah.
It's just flowing, and it's like this unique style. And
he's Fabio.
Yeah, he's totally Fabio. He's Southern Water Tribe Fabio.
I mean, he is the chief.
Yeah, I guess. And Hakoda, I forgot that was his name.
Yeah,
We said this last time, but that's just such a good name.
Then we get a cut to the Earth King, and he tells the fake Kyoshi warriors of his plan to invade the Fire Nation on the day of Black Sun. And Azula's like, "Oh, thanks for telling me that."
Good piece of information.
Man,
her eyes widen. She's like,
yeah.
"Oh,
the Earth King is just the worst."
I know.
She's like, "Oh yeah, we here's all our secrets. Just
some random people. Oh, the Avatar.
I know you're
okay.
yeah, they said you're trustworthy.
So I'm just gonna tell you all of my secret plans.
And I just met you 5 minutes ago, but here's our plan.
Yeah, the Avatar vouches for you. Even though I can't tell who you are behind your makeup.
You want the key to the city?
You want my palace?
Have my throne.
Then we get a cut of the year.
Just so you know, my deepest fears are bats and
Bosco there with me, please. Katara and the Council of Five, they go over, which is cool to actually see the Council of Five and that whole their whole room or whatever for it.
Yeah, and, this is where I was like, why is he there? That one general.
Isn't the one general from the Avatar state there too?
I think so.
Maybe.
I think
if he is, that's so dumb.
Yeah, he's
well,
general.
I think that they're the general across the Earth Kingdom, not just a Bossian state.
Yeah.
So then they go over the strategies of how to beat the Fire Nation for the Day of Black Sun. And then it does a quick cut to Aang, and he's finally meeting.
I was wondering why I had earthbending right there, but it's because they're moving all the pieces on the boards. Yeah. Anyways,
Aang meets Guru Pathik, who tells us he was a friend of monk Gyatso. So this tells us that he's at least 100 and something years old. So he's super old dude. This Guru Pathik.
Well, I'm sure monk Gyatso survived a little while. When did the Fire Nation attack?
I thought it was shortly after.
So,
because we see Monk Gyatso's corpse in that one.
Right, in the Fire Nation.
Yep. So he must have Aang left, and then Pathik comes in, and then the Fire Nation attacks.
I think it was
close to each other.
I don't remember the exact time, but I think it was within a year after Aang left that the Air Temple.
It was 100 Years War, so it was around the same time that he went in the iceberg.
So the timeline that they use is currently they use it as
the Air Temple's genocide, right?
Yeah, after genocide.
Okay.
But we'll get more of the details for that.
Also, I mean Guru Pathik is just super old. I knew him before Aang knew him.
Right. Yeah, maybe.
That'd be crazy.
Super old.
The one old man with all of his teeth.
Oh yeah. Well, it's all that onion and banana juice.
But he was a friend of Monk Gyatso, who was like a father to Aang. So I think this makes Aang trust him almost instantly.
So if that's the case, with that backstory, I wish he would just would have called him Uncle once during that. Thanks, Uncle Pathik.
So Aang wants to learn how to master the Avatar state, and Guru Pathik gives him a drink to start off, and Aang spits it out. And he's like, "This tastes like onion and banana juice." And then the Guru's like, "Because it is."
Gross.
You should imagine drinking onions and bananas.
We should try that.
They have an Avatar cookbook that's coming out in a couple months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
dude, I'm telling you.
I'm buying it.
Yeah, let's go through
We should do this.
Yeah.
We should have a cooking part where we cook different fandom stuff.
Yeah. I was talking to Chris about this because he's got a big enough kitchen. We could do that.
Yeah.
Set up a camera towards by the door, so you see the whole kitchen. And be because they have a.
You have to get rid of all your family photos probably up on the fridge.
Just take them down for
unless you want people to see that stuff.
Yeah. Take them down for a couple hours. But no, they have a Game of Thrones cookbook, a D&D cookbook, Fallout cookbook, Elder Scrolls has a cookbook.
Galaxy's Edge cookbook.
That dude, yeah.
So onion banana juice. We'll try that first.
Yeah, we'll start with that. Then we get a quick cut to Toph as she is still captured and is told that even if she thinks she's the greatest earthbender of all time, she still can't bend metal. And so she's like...
Foreshadow much?
Challenge accepted. So she starts feeling the refined pieces of earth. And then it cuts back to Azula and the girls discussing it.
Where does it say that she invented metal bending? It hasn't said it yet in this episode. The next episode hasn't said that she invented it. Does it
everyone in Korra says that she invented it.
It does. Okay.
Everywhere in the graphic novels it said that she's invented it. She starts the only first metal bending.
I only asked because of the last episode and the next episode where they're throwing all those chain things, and I'm like, just freaking looks like metal bending to me, but I understand that it's not, but it just looks like it is. So I feel like it is. I don't know.
And like, I would see why, especially because like for the way those like chain linked chains, like bar linked chains, kind of look like those would be extremely hard to be accurate.
Right. But I don't know. Whatever.
Unless you have a rock at the end that attaches.
There's not a rock at the end, though. You can see it. You can see it. There's not a rock at the end. But anyways, this is later. This is next episode.
Defensive there. Pay attention about some metal bending.
I think what it is it's the
Chris can't accept the truth.
The invisible woman is linking them around their wrists.
I'm trying to count bending, and it's
no. That's
hard.
what it is. It's the invisible woman. There, she's like putting them around these people's wrists.
Yep. Monica Rambeau. Yep. Okay. Settled.
Then it cuts to Azula and the girls discussing a plan to take over the whole Earth Kingdom, and the people have tried to come from on the outside to take over Ba Sing Se, but no one's tried to do it from the inside, and they have an incredible opportunity to do so. But they need the Dai Li's help, so they stage this whole like conversation in front of the Dai Li agents, and it works to their advantage, and that's that whole scene.
Yeah.
A lot of quick cuts in this episode.
Yeah, there is. It's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Because it's covering like Toph's and Azula's, Zuko, and Iroh's. It's like
the 7 chakras.
Yeah. I know you go through 7 of them in this one. Yeah.
So then after that, we go back to Aang and the Guru, and Aang asks about chakras, and the Guru uses the example of the 3 connected pools they're right next to, which I saw a picture of, and it's actually 6 or 7 of them. Pools of water with the block. So they had said like if there's blockage in one of the pools. And if you get rid of that blockage, it opens up and flows the whole thing or whatever.
That'd be interesting if there are 7 pools, though, because...
In the art book, there was 7. I don't know.
Well, because there's 7 chakras.
Right.
But remember the shot of the 3 pools that were there? You only saw 3 of them. But in the Avatar art book, there is 7 going up. But Chris is going to double check that, of course.
No.
But fine. Continue, Dustin.
The Guru, so after that, he goes over the 7 chakras in the body that are blocked by a specific emotional muck. The first is the Earth chakra. It's at the base of the spine and controls fear. And Aang sees with his fear of Ozai. And then, basically, he gets past each one of these little chakra blocks. But he sees Ozai for fear. The next chakra is the water chakra, and it leads up to pleasure and is blocked by guilt. And he blames himself for running away and hurting those people back in chapter 1 of this book.
That was the
Avatar State.
Earth chakra, the water chakra. I'm just looking at a mindbodygreen.com, and it's a beginner's guide to the 7 chakras and their actual like real things that they're going through.
You didn't know that?
I mean, I did, but I didn't look this up before. But yeah, the first one, the water one, is the root chakra. I'm not even going to pretend to know how to pronounce the actual word for it, but yeah, it's the water one, and it's the same in the same base. Like all this stuff is actual teachings on all this stuff, but yeah.
Then we get a look back at Sokka filling up some Tangle mines his dad invented, and they look like kind of like buoy bombs. They're just like little buoys, literally buoy bombs, and if you hit them, they blow up. And they're filled with skunkfish and seaweed. And he says his Hakoda says, "Stink and sink." And then the one guy's like, "Yeah, you sure are your father's son or whatever." That sure is your dad.
Well, because they're just both laughing about it.
Right. Then 4 Fire Nation ships are incoming to Sokka and his dad's troops on the beach, and Hakoda tells the rest of you men prepare for battle. And Sokka sits there as they all leave, and he's like, well, what should I do? And his dad's like, didn't you hear me? The rest of you men, go prepare for battle.
He's like, thanks, Dad.
He's like, thanks, Daddy. Love you. And so he finally gets to do what he always wanted, and that's to fight alongside his father, make him proud. And another cut. Back to Iroh and Zuko in the first day of the Jasmine Dragon. And Zuko is happy to be there for the grand opening of the tea shop, which is weird. He's never happy.
He is so happy in this episode. Like, he starts off like at 10, and he just ratchets up to higher and higher and higher until the end. And then he just gets super sad.
Lets it all go.
Yep.
But he said he tells Iroh that he's just glad to be there, and Iroh just says, "I'm glad that you just decided to share this day with me. That's all."
Man.
And Zuko hugs Iroh, which is really weird.
Yeah.
And it startled him. It startled Iroh because he's like, "What the heck? You've never hugged me?" Because it's been a long time since he's probably had one from him. We do see that flashback of when they were kids at the beach or whatever. He went and gave him a hug or whatever. Or he held him like this.
We see that later, yeah.
It's probably been a long time since those two have been intimate together, I guess.
For sure.
And so back to the training, and Guru Pathik tells Aang that the third chakra, the fire chakra, is located in the stomach. And Aang's like, "My fire chakra would like to eat something other than onion and banana juice." And the Guru just laughs. He said the fire chakra is willpower and blocks with shame. And he is ashamed of firebending and hurting Katara, and tells Guru Pathik that he never wants to firebend again. But the Guru's like, "You're the Avatar. You firebend."
Right.
Plain and simple.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you're the Avatar, you firebend.
You
That's
have to do it.
done deal.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he opens his chakra like a burping bison. And then he does belch and adds a hint of pickles. He's like, "Is there some pickles in there?" And Guru's like, "I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the heck you're talking about."
Yeah, there's like stones with all this stuff, colors that are associated with the chakras when they develop.
You didn't know this?
No.
Oh.
No. You do?
I've known about it for a long time.
Oh, okay.
I don't practice it, but I've known about it.
Crazy.
Back to Bossy and Say, and May and Ty Lee are doing the talking about beating the Kyoshi warriors and taking their clothes and complain about serving the Earth King. And the Dai Li hear this and they grin, and so then they leave and go tell Long Feng, to which Azula comes from hiding and tells them, "Good work, girls," on the plan to take over the Dai Li. Then it goes back to Aang. The fourth chakra is located in the heart, and it deals with love and is blocked by grief.
According to this, the fourth chakra's element is air. Yeah. Because they were going through the elements, and I'm like, where's the air one? And it's the heart one is also the air. So, yeah.
Aang is grieved by his guru's dying, and Guru Pathik says that the love that they had for you has never left this earth. It was only formed into a new love in the form of Katara.
Wow.
And so then he cries a little bit and lets one out for the boys, and his chakra is opened. Then Aang after this, he's like, "Can I have some banana and onion juice now?" He wants more now. He's like finally accepted the grossness of it. Wants more. The fifth in the chain is the sound chakra and is located in the throat and deals with truth. And he is blocked by lies and the ones we tell ourselves. So he must accept that he is the Avatar.
Someone with a blocked throat chakra will feel like they have trouble finding the words to say how they truly feel.
So when we did the news episode and you had trouble speaking, is there anything you want to talk to us about, Dustin?
Yeah, how does he open it up? How does he open up his he just faces the truth, I guess?
He just accepts that he's the Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
again, they go through 7 chakras in 20 minutes.
I know, it's just so fast. But
he can't have a whole lot of revelations.
He does go through a lot of little details, like what it is, what it's blocked by, how to get through, like every single one. And honestly, watching this one, like Rosie and I were watching it, we were both just like, meh. This one was kind of just like a lot of talk. It was interesting, but it wasn't like a lot.
This
of cool
one,
stuff.
actually has like some of the most attention to detail.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Just because they're going into all these descriptions of 7 things and they're summarizing it.
I'll get to it later, but there's more to it.
Oh, there is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 6th pool of energy is the light chakra, located in the center of the forehead, and it deals with insight and is blocked by illusion. The illusion of separation thinks that you think that some things are separate, but they actually are one and the same. Like the 4 nations and the 4 elements, they're actually all connected. Everything is connected. So Aang realizes that everything is connected, and that's how he opens that chakra.
Realizes it again.
I like how he's like he realizes the four elements, or Pathik says it, like the four elements are all one essentially, and it's been interesting to think about that with like counting the bending numbers and stuff, because like especially when Aang is doing something, like is he earth bending here? Is he water bending? Is he air bending? Because there's kind of a mix of all this stuff mixed together sometimes, and they are all kind of one when you really think about it. And like, well, the best example is lava. Like it's fire and earth kind of mixed together.
So this is something I kind of want to touch on. That new graphic novel I sent you guys a picture of.
Oh yeah,
Toph Beifong's Metal Academy. She goes to these underground like bending matches or whatever, which I think is the start of pro bending, like underground pro bending matches.
Okay.
And so she goes to one of these and sees a young girl her age lava bending, and she's like, "Whoa!" She's like combining firebending and earthbending. That's crazy. But she actually says like she's combining firebending and earthbending to do this.
Yeah.
She thinks that's what she's doing, but it's kind of hinting, suggesting that that's what it kind of is, which kind of goes down the further theory that maybe you have to be born of fire and earth parents, and they were in fire and earth colonies when this happened.
Which is why
Mako was it?
Bolin learns how to lava bend. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, separate topic for another day, I guess. So the illusion separation, all the elements and metal is a bond of earth that has just been purified and refined. And as he's saying this, it's cutting to Toph.
I know. When he said that, I was like,
yeah.
I was like, yep. So this is another kind of proving to be a special moment for Toph and her inventing metal bending. Because of the way they're showing this too, I feel like too. Like
yeah, but I get it. I accept that she did invent it, but it's just the Dai Li doing that chain thing is just weird. But
it's weird that people are bending, but it's fantasy world.
Right.
Anyways, so as she's doing that, Toph is trying to like bend the metal, and she punches a dent in the side of it. And then she begins to feel the refined earth inside the metal even more. And it's a good scene.
So it's funny because like the way she talks to herself when she's in that box, I guess. I didn't want to say cage because there's no bars on it. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of like the way Aang talks to Boomy almost, but like that's how she's talking to herself. Because when you meet Boomy, when he's like, "Boomy, you're a magic," and Toph's just like, "You're great. You're just a. This is great." Just hyping her out like she's her own hype man.
Yeah. Get it, girl. Then we get a cut to Katara, and she's going into this tea shop that's up ahead in the upper ring of Ba Sing Se, and she spots two familiar faces in Zuko and Iroh making tea, and she's like, "Crap!" She runs back home. Or runs to the Earth Kingdom Palace, I should say.
Just reminds me, what's that Netflix show where the person's like a Nazi? It's like a real life thing, but they're like a Nazi but living in America, and there's all these people like saying that this person was a Nazi and he was in the concentration camps and stuff, but he's just living a normal life in. I don't know what the heck show was that. There was some show on Netflix. It's like a documentary, and this guy went through court and all that stuff. I don't remember what happened with it, but. It's like imagine living nowadays and you see some like the Dragon of the West or whatever.
I feel like I know what you're talking about because I think I've seen that. Can't think of what it's called though.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called either. But that's the moment she had. We were like, "Oh, you were that person." Yeah,
it's not on Netflix, is it?
I thought it was, but
because there's the movie with Ian McKellen.
No, it was a documentary series. Yeah. Anyways.
The last chakra is the thought chakra, located at the crown of the head, and will be able to go in and out of the avatar state at will once getting over this chakra. And what attaches him to the world is Katara, and he must let her go, which he doesn't want to let her go, and he's feeling rather conflicted now. And then it does a quick pan to Katara running to the Earth King palace room with the Kyoshi warriors, and she tells Suki that the Fire Nation that has infiltrated the city, and then Ty Lee, like, she figures out it's Azul after she starts talking, and Ty Lee jumps and like and makes her go down. And
man,
I don't know why, but every time I see Ty Lee do that, it freaks me out. Like, I would be terrified of her if I was a bender in that world.
She's an airbender. That's why.
I'm just saying, like, the fact that she can, like, take away your...
I'll get to that.
The fact she can take away your bending and stuff, like, it just freaks... I don't know, I'd be terrified.
She just has such crazy agility for just a normal person. Like, especially when she's in the palace room when Toph comes back in the next episode.
Oh, and
she literally gets hit by the earth, by Toph's earthbending, but then does a backflip up onto, like, the top of whatever, the pillars or whatever up there, like 100 feet up.
Yeah.
Sorry, but no normal person just... And she did it so slowly, too. Like, she was controlling the air around her.
Good lord.
I would like to agree, because that would
There's
be...
just no human... You don't see
she's an
anyone
airbender,
else.
if she's an airbender, then Jet is an airbender, because Jet did a lot of that same stuff.
Yeah, well, Jet needs... I'm happy with that.
Jet can go dine a dish for all he cares.
He did.
There's no way Jet is an airbender, because he deserves to be 6 feet under.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
Even though he kind of redeemed himself at the end, but, you know.
What'd you say?
So do
you say jealousy?
Yeah.
So do you
why would I be jealous?
I think you don't like Jet because you really secretly want to be him.
Not even close.
You wish you were just half as cool as Jet is.
I have one of my parents still around.
Oh man.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've got more than he does. I'm alive.
So
wow.
goes back to Aang, and he says that he cannot let Katara go, and Guru Pathik pleads with him that he just needs to open all his chakras to master the Avatar state, and says to him that if he leaves now, he will never be able to even go into the Avatar state.
Yeah, because he has that weird vision
of Katara
being
in
trouble. Yeah.
Which she wasn't chained up. It was a false vision.
Right?
She was just in the catacombs freely, but she wasn't chained up like it was in the vision.
Yeah.
Or no, the Dai Li did get chains on her, didn't she?
I think so.
Yeah, that might have been that scene then.
Yeah. Well. Total Luke Skywalker Dagobah moment here.
Yeah. So yeah, Aang pretty much. Aang senses Katara in danger and leaves as he's opening his last chakra, and ends up locking his chakra and won't be able to go in the Avatar state at all.
For at least one episode.
Yeah. For a good 15-20 minutes.
I'd say only 2 hours, because he's still got to fly and pick up everybody.
Real time. 20 minutes.
Our time, yeah,
Our
20
time,
minutes.
Yeah.
So then it cuts to Toph escaping.
You're never going to be able to do this again. Instantly does it. Anyways.
Challenge accepted.
So it cuts to Toph escaping and trapping her captors in the earth, in the metal thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I can't forget their names, so.
Jinfu and Master Yu.
Good
Those
job.
guys.
That's why you're here, Sherman. You're so good with names.
That's why you're here, buddy.
I'm so glad, like, Rain Man can help you guys out from time to time.
Then she does this earth skiing.
That
thing.
was one of the
coolest thing ever.
Earth bending that I've seen. Because she jumps in it and it's almost like the Matrix, where like she just turns it into like putty and just like flies away. When I saw her first doing it, it reminds me of the scene in the Matrix where Neo's going towards the building, like he's swinging towards it, and that helicopter comes, and the helicopter hits the building in that first Matrix, and there's that like ripple that goes out, and then like it blows up. And that's what it reminded me of for some reason. But yeah,
when I see her do this at the end of this episode, I was like, man, I feel like that can't be like that fast. But then like when Aang and Sokka catch up to her, I was like, holy crap, she's just blowing things away, man. Like,
she's determined.
She's like, I'm the greatest earthbender in the world.
Yeah. Phenomenal cosmic power.
And then it pans to the
Jinfu and Master Yu
inside the cage thing, and he's like, we're going to be here for a while. And you're like, yeah. I gotta use the bathroom, and the guy's just against the wall.
Go to the bathroom.
Cuts to Sokka, and he tells his dad that he's ready to prove himself. And his dad tells him, "You don't need to prove yourself. Why do you think I left you in charge of the people at home? Like,
right.
I already trust you, and I'm already proud of you." And so Sokka is like, "Awesome." But then he sees Aang coming in, and Aang just looks super sad, and he's like, "This cannot be good news."
This is the scene where I noticed his hair before, but this is the scene where I'm like, man, that dad has good hair. He's like,
that was gonna be something relevant.
Are you jealous, Chris?
I am kind of jealous. I need to grow my hair more.
As his dad, the proud-looking moment when he's
he's like all proud.
His hair's just flowing around.
Yeah.
I like that's what you got out of it. That's a good-looking man right there. It's good to see that's what you're going for visuals in that show.
Right?
Is there something you want to tell us, Chris?
No. I don't want to tell you.
BBI?
Good Lord.
I don't know. It was just a typo, but it puts King Feng in here. It's Long Feng.
King.
Long Feng and Azula make a deal.
He wants to be king.
For Bossy for the Avatar.
Mm.
And basically, the troops. Or was this next episode?
That's next episode.
Okay, yeah.
Because this ends with
that
Zuko and Iroh are we're gonna serve tea to the king.
Earth King.
Yeah.
And then Azula smiles and walks away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
For bending numbers on this one, it was pretty minimal because it was just a lot of talking and with Aang anyways, and a lot of setup for the next episode. But there was 0 of water, 13 of earth, 0 of fire, and 0 of air.
There was 1 water.
There was 1 water?
When Katara gets chi blocked by her, she was in the process of water bending and then got stopped.
I didn't count that because it looked like she uncorked the bottle.
And she fluid the water out.
She did?
And then she fell.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you see it go halfway to Azula.
I didn't even stop to rewind it because I thought I was watching it. I thought she went uncorked it and then got chi blocked and then then the water was flowing out as it looked like blood almost pooling out.
Yeah, she uncorked it, did a little bit.
Oh, she did.
And then she got hit and then the water fell alongside.
I do remember that scene. I didn't mark it down because I thought she just uncorked it and it was Okay. So 1 of water, 13 earth, 0, 0. Okay.
0 fire, 0 air.
0 fire, 0 air.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot next time though. Or not a lot, but evenly.
There's a lot in the next episode of everything.
I mean, not compared to the one where there's 100 and something earth bending.
No, but it was a lot. It wasn't that much. Yeah, but so that's the bending numbers.
Right on.
Wise sayings. I mean, the Guru had a lot of cool little tidbits. But
everything he said about the chakra was just, I guess, kind of cool to hear.
Yeah, except that these things happened, but don't let them block your energy. Again, this is kind of paraphrasing, but and then follow your passion, and life will reward you. Just kind of cool little. I don't know, not super deep, but that was the ones I got from it. Sherman, what do you got?
Creatures, we got Bosco. Literally,
Bear.
once
Bosco
again,
the
the
bear.
only one.
Yep.
Brian George does the voice of Guru Pathik, which, to put a face to him, I don't know if you guys have seen Employee of the Month.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So he's Iqbal, the guy that gets fired.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, he's the one that gets fired for not having his shift covered.
Whoa. Okay.
But he's got
he does the voice.
He does yeah.
Oh yeah.
But he does has 30 kids or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So the cool thing, and once again finding Star Wars references he also does the voice. He does a few voices in Diablo 3. But he does
Star Wars Rebels.
5 different voices in Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And then 10 different voices in Star Wars The Old Republic.
Oh, the video game.
What was his name?
10. Brian George.
Oh, right there. Brian George. Employee of the Month.
There you go.
Pretty sure I made Dad burn that for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to love that movie.
I probably shouldn't say that on camera.
Why?
It's not the most legal thing to do.
Oh. I didn't think of... yeah,
Anyways.
These movies are all purchased.
Yeah. I have some trivia, but cool. It ties into the visuals and effects.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Let's rate the episode. So.
Well, I thought the arc was pretty good overall. I mean, it's setting up for the next finale pretty good.
This is a really good episode.
I mean, everything setting up was just kind of brilliant to me. I don't know. There was 4 different stories going on. There was a Zula story. There was...
Which they did it really well.
Right. Zuko and Iroh, Aang.
They did really well with
Sokka and
balancing
Toph.
all of these things.
All in
There's a lot
25
to
minutes.
balance. Yeah, and going through like, what are the chakras? Is it like Buddhism?
It's more of just like a spirituality thing. It's a Hindu thing.
Oh, okay.
More than anything.
But yeah, like let's describe a huge aspect of Hinduism, like
right.
with all this other stuff put together. So they did pretty good. What would you rate the?
I'll give her a 9.
9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then the execution, so the pacing.
Yeah, I'll give
the
that
vision.
a 9.
Okay. Any specific reason, or just kind of what we're talking about?
It felt long, but there was still full of stuff to keep track of.
Okay.
So it didn't feel like draining on you. Like you could definitely feel the length of it, but there was enough good content in there to kind of make it worth it, I guess. I don't know. It didn't seem like a normal 22-minute episode to me.
Yeah. Well, it's also a 2-parter, hour-long episode on Netflix, so if you watch them back to back, it does feel like a little longer. But
yeah, I just meant this first half.
Yeah, writing, the characters, plausibility, originality.
I'll give it a 9.
9. Okay.
No real rhyme or reason. Just it was a good episode overall.
Okay. The delivery, so the performances, the delivery, I'd give an 8. I don't know. It wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. It wasn't like average. It was like slightly above average, in my opinion. I don't know. The action, blocking stunts and environments and stuff. I'm debating between 9 and 10 on that one. Just because it was really cool seeing all the mystical aspects of it and like going back and forth between that and
mystical aspects of the action.
No, of describing the different chakras and.
Oh, I thought you were going over action.
The blocking stunts and environment, like the different environments that they're in and stuff. So that's what brings it up for me. So I'm gonna go 9 because it's not perfect, but then believability, I'd probably just go 8 again. It just was, I don't know, nothing mind-blowing about the performances, but they were slightly better than usual. So, Sherman, the sounds?
Sound, I give it 10.
Okay.
I don't think I'm ever going to go lower than a 10 for sound. This show does...
It gets progressively better.
It's perfect.
With the art and the scores.
Yeah.
Like,
especially the third
I keep
book.
catching myself like feeling bad rating it consistent, like even 8s and 9s. Look, those are high, but it's just that good of a show. So
but like, so besides season 1, like there's not many filler episodes.
Right.
Like season 1 had a couple of them, but like
we're thoroughly into the meat of it. I mean, we're end of the last
but at the beginning of very beginning of this episode, the opening theme music like was so intense. I was like, perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was Guru Pathik's theme music.
Oh,
honestly,
That's cool.
So like he has his own like weird kind of like cool music. But I did notice since you kept bringing it up, I actually noticed it this time when Azula and the girls are like taking off their makeup in that room. They actually have like the Fire Nation music playing in the background with like a slight variation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang it, Chris.
You're just noticing it all the time.
I was like, yeah, this is actually kind of cool.
Yeah. The visuals.
So I'm gonna give you a score for both of these. So I'm gonna give visuals and effects both a 9.
Oh, okay.
Specifically for the coloration and the editing, and the hand poses. So the coloration for each
Hands.
Just wait.
Okay.
So the coloration for each of like Aang's visions while he's meditating actually are the real colors associated with each of the chakras in real life.
See? That's cool.
Like, and the fact that they like changed like how the like he was, or the color of like everything in his visions to the associated like chakras. I thought that was like the attention to detail.
Wow.
And I don't know if you guys noticed this, for every time like he was meditating for each different chakra, he has different hand poses for each one, and those are real life hand poses associated with meditation in those chakras.
Whoa.
I was like, the fact that like they had that little tiny detail, I was like, what?
Wow. Huh. I mean, why not?
Because like
do that?
So like in the first one, or like it,
just shows
I think
how much
when
respect
he's,
they have for the material that they're drawing from. You know what
I think when he's doing like the fourth one, like he's got like his pinky like straight out, and like that's legitimately like part of like one of the chakras. Like each one is like different. I'm like, all right, the tiny details, man.
Yeah, finally, that's cool.
Some kids in jail finally.
Dustin, what would you rate this episode overall?
Honestly, probably a 9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just good setup for the finale.
This is probably my fault, but that makes it a 8.9 from what we rated it, and IMDb was 9.1, so not too far off, I guess.
So if we go with me and Sherman's, we're more closer to the real thing. But Chris just kills it for us every time.
Just crushed.
Yeah. If I would have made mine all three of mine 9s, it would have been exactly what IMDb rated it. It's weird. We're either just under or just over IMDb.
We're on. You just make it not.
Oh. Okay. That's all I got. So Dustin, you want to take us out?
Sure thing. Thank you guys for watching this Chepisode of Phandom Knights, of our coverage of the almost season finale of Book 2. Thank you guys for watching, and be sure to subscribe to us on Apple and Spotify podcasts, and if you want to see the video versions of our podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you want to become a Phandom Knight, join us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and check out some behind the scenes and funny videos on TikTok. That'll be it for us. Thank you guys, and Appa!
Yep.